the eagerness of people on this video is really huge. I know people have been hugely waiting for this video, and it's all about the combined 11. Man City versus Arsenal. This is the last combined 11 we'll ever see in between these two teams. Oh, there is another prospect that if at all Arsenal knocks out Bayern Munich and Man City knocks out Arsenal, we might come up to make out a Champions League combined 11, because one of those teams will see itself in the final if at all they knock out the teams they're going to have to be drawn with in the quarterfinals. But this time round, this is the combined 11, and I'm believing that it might be the last time we are obviously coming in through to do a combined 11 this season for Arsenal and the side of Man City. There is a combined 11 of Man United versus Arsenal. There is one of Liverpool versus Man United coming in through. That is next week, and I think those are the remaining combined 11s that we are going to tussle out with this season. Smash the like button, comment and share. I want to see 500 likes marking this video because it's a huge one, going into the biggest game of the day, and one of those games that are supposed to obviously give Arsenal a spotlight on whether they're going to be champions of the title or not, and Man City too. We come with the combined 11. Happy Easter Sunday to everyone watching in through Rokani. David is my name. You can as well call me RD. This is the Rokani Media Football. Let's continue to subscribe to this channel because we want to hit the magic number of 20,600 subscribers onto this channel as we trek to 21,000 subscribers in there. For the big dream is hitting 30,000 subscribers, but we know one step at a time, and we're gonna have to be following that and see where we are. We are at 20,000 subscribers and some 500 subscribers plus. So the Muslims, Ramadan Kareem, and let's obviously get into the combined 11 ASAP. Now, when you look at the goalkeeping department of Arsenal, they're having David Raya, and Man City is having Ederson. Guys, I tell you, I'm not going to consider any player who is injured. That is it. I'm not going to consider any player who is injured. If your player is injured, he's out of this combined 11. I tell you, because I'm doing it like the player is available and is going to play. That is it. So that is a not a better. You can call it an NB. So in the goalkeeping department, Arsenal is having Aaron Ramsdale and David Raya. And who is Arsenal fronting as their goalkeeper? It's none other than David Raya. First choice. Man City, Ortega. Ederson has been injured. He returned. He has been training with Man City for the previous week. Then he comes in through to obviously be fronted as the number one. When you look at Ederson and David Raya, Ederson is having like 8 clean sheets. I think 7 clean sheets. Then David Raya is having 9 clean sheets. He's epitomizing the clean sheet list all table in the Premier League. And not only that, he has gonna have to put in some huge performances. You're gonna have to see how he has gonna have to change that side of Arsenal. He's a ball-playing goalkeeper. He has come out on several occasions and saved the side of Arsenal on several occasions. Very good ball distributor. I like his shot stopping. I believe this season he has gonna have to edge Ederson of Man City, and I obviously go with David Raya of Arsenal in between the stitches. There he comes, and the system that we are going to obviously be talking about is a 4-3-3, though we see to it that Guardiola is a tinkerman and we all know how he tinkers with his team. But for me, I'm going for a system of 4-3-3, and David Raya is my man in between the stitches. So Arsenal now has one player in. We go to the left back position. Man City has Jesco Vadio and Nathan Ake, but we all know that Nathan Ake is going to have to play as a left back at the side of Man City. Arsenal are really having Jakub Kiwior, who is having a very good run in. Then Zinchenko, Tomiyasu, Timber's just going to have to return. He hasn't featured a lot, so there is no way you come and include him into this battle. But I think I'm going to look at Jakub Kiwior as a regular for Arsenal as a left back in the recent past, and Nathan Ake as a left back for the side of Man City. And for that, I think I'm gonna go with Nathan Ake as my left back into this combined 11. He's better than all those people at Arsenal right now. And I think if Jakub Kiwior had gonna hate to be consistent for like 10 games plus, I would have gonna hate to say that he has gonna hate to obviously come through and do the needful, because sometimes we're gonna hate to see Nathan Ake being put into the left sided centre-back position, but he has also been played as a left-back, and I think he's the first choice left-back for the side of Man City. Sometimes Jesco Vardy is going to hit to come in through on taken center stage, but I think this time around it's going to be Nathan Ake in there for you in this combined 11. I think we are all at par, and you agree with me that out of the left backs Arsenal is really having, Nathan Ake is really the best, because for him he balances the two very well. Apart from, you cannot really put him in the same ilk with Zinchenko, because Zinchenko going forward is good, inverts very well, but he's a suspect every time he's playing as a left back when the defensive duties have gone ahead to be given to him. He's really porous when it comes to really defending, and you know very many goals that Arsenal have gone ahead to concede when this guy has gone ahead to down tools as a defender. We go to the right back. Man City are now gonna have Rico Lewis, Akanji to do the job. You get, because the player who would have gone ahead to play there, John Stones, is injured, Kyle Walker is injured, and it's Rico Lewis and Akanji. Now, let me take out Rico Lewis because he has been playing there on a regular. Arsenal is having Benjamin White, Tomiyasu, Cedric Soares. Those are the three they're really having. And guess what? Benjamin White having 4 assists and I think 2-3 goals this season. No one really comes close to him, to those that are really available. If Kyle Walker was available and he was really not injured and he was fit to play, it would have been a different argument altogether on who is really the best right back. Because for Kyle Walker, he has been consistent. Even this season, you're going to hit to see they're going to put in assists defensively is really great, and he has something special with him. So I go with Benjamin White as my right back into this combined 11. We go to the central defense, left-sided centre back. Arsenal is having Gabriel Magalhaes, and Man City, they keep tickling a lot, but we all know that the left-sided centre-back for Man City is known as Ruben Dias. I tell you, from a very well-informed point of view, you might be a good player and you might be having a very good season, but it depends on who you are being put up to be compared with, and really choose one. I tell you, on any day, even if I'm really in the dream, or you just come out, find me sleeping, and you wake me up and tell me, Rokani, tell me who should play the left-sided centre-back between Gabriel Magalhaes and Ruben Dias. I'll tell you this, that I put this guy into my left-sided centre-back, that is Ruben Dias. You cannot at any one point, compare Ruben Dias and Gabriel Magalhaes. I'm not watering down everything that Gabriel Magalhaes is going to hate to do. He is going to hate to have a very, very brilliant, and stellar season on the side of Arsenal. But this guy, he's really special. Unless otherwise, you haven't going to hate to see Ruben Dias do his job. But I tell you, he's a special person when it comes to doing that role that he does on a regular. Right-sided centre-back. Man City are going to be having Akanji. Yep. They're going to be having Akanji. Who else? Because the rest of the players are really injured. So they're going to be having Akanji to front him. It would have been John Stones, but Akanji is the only fully fit player. For Arsenal, we all know that it's a number of Saliba. Saliba, right-sided centre-back. To me, Saliba is the best right-sided centre-back in the league. And for that, let's not even argue about that. I get in Saliba without further ado. That is Saliba for you, and that is my back 5. Arsenal has 3 players and Man City has 2. Let's go to the central midfield. Now, CDM. It's Arsenal's number 1 CDM is known. Though there is Jorginho, there is Thomas Partey, there is Declan Rice. And out of those 3, Arsenal will tell you we are flaunting Declan Rice. He's having a brilliant season. His numbers are not really lying. They're really giving him bragging rights. And when you go to Man City, they are having Matthias Nunes. They're having Rodri. Rodri is having a decent season. In the international break recently, went ahead to score 2 penalties playing against Brazil. And when you look in his season as Rodri at the side of Man City in the Premier League, especially, he has gone ahead to play 25 games, 6 goals and 5 assists. You understand? And Rice, Declan, has gone ahead to put in a very good defensive record, but even going forward, he has been really elite. 6 goals and 5 assists. So both have 6 goals and 5 assists. You know, they are really tying. They are really tying, and Declan Rice is really having a very wonderful season, but Rodri is really doing great. So for me, I tell you the truth. Even if you give Rodri and Declan Rice to Mikel Arteta, he will choose this man to play as his CDM. This guy has been consistent, and he's Rodri for me. I choose Rodri ahead of Declan Rice. I tell you, in broad daylight. You also know it, that Rodri is better than Declan Rice. You understand? For the time, or for the longevity, he has gone ahead to be doing this. Rodri, he's the ideal guy in there for you. Now, we go to the other battle that very many Arsenal fans are really eagerly waiting in for. It has always been won by a certain player, but this season I don't think he's really going to come up and really win it. Let's go to the central attacking midfielder. That is the number 10. Arsenal's number 10 all central attacking midfielder is none other than what's his name? Odegaard. And Man City are really having Kevin De Bruyne, a man who has been injured and really out for a certain period of time. When looking at the Premier League, Kevin De Bruyne has gone ahead to play 9 games, 1 goal and 5 assists. Then Odegaard, 25 games, 6 goals and 6 assists. That is Martin Odegaard for you. And I tell you, you might love Kevin De Bruyne, but this season, I think he's off. I think Odegaard takes the slot for me. He has been consistent. And for me, what makes you a player into this combined 11s, what makes you edge other players is the consistency you go ahead, obviously, apply into the midfield. So, that is Odegaard for me. I really choose Odegaard over Kevin De Bruyne into this combined 11. Right? So, we go to the number 8 position. That is another midfielder. Man City flaunts Kovacic, Matthias Nunes, who else as their number 8. But when you look at those two players, they haven't gone ahead to reach the levels at which a certain Arsenal player who plays as a number 8 has gone ahead to reach, and that is none other than Declan Rice. You know, we can all agree that Declan Rice is a CDM, but we all know that sometimes, almost times, there are games where he's going to be played as a number 8, and every time he's going to feature as a number 8, he has gone ahead to age Matthias Nunes and Kovacic, and there is no way those two come into this conversation in this team. So, I tell you, I go with Declan Rice here. I go with Declan Rice. Even if you get me Bernardo Silva, I get Declan Rice as my number 8 into this team, because I know how good he is and how effective that midfield can be if at all Rodri is sitting at its best and Rice playing as a box-to-box midfielder and Odegaard playing as a number 10. That is a central attacking midfielder. I know how good that team can work out the best of the best. That is the team itself. So, after the midfield 3, Arsenal is having 5 players and Man City is having 3. Let's go to the forwards. Right forward. The right forward really baffled me a little bit because Man City don't have an out-and-out right forward there. You know, sometimes you'll see Julian Alves playing there. Sometimes you'll see Bernardo Silva playing there. Sometimes you'll see Phil Foden. So they don't have that right forward like they used to have Riyad Mahrez for the last 5 years, playing that, knowing that I'm going to verse Arsenal's right forward, that is Bukayo Saka, with Riyad Mahrez. You know, you fail to find the best person to verse this guy with, Bukayo Saka. And that's why I think he goes into this. And I think Bukayo Saka is my right forward because he's one of the best right forwards in the league. And Man City have gone ahead to see to it that they play Foden on the right, they play him on the left, they play him in the center. So Pep Guardiola hasn't gone ahead to get that right forward in there. So for me, Saka takes the slot. Saka takes the slot in there for you. Now, let's go to the center forward. Recently, Kai Havertz has been scoring in goals, and I'm going to consider him as a center forward. Jesus is really struggling to get back to his form, and trust me, no one can really edge this guy. He's known as Erling Haaland. He's our number 9 in the combined 11, and no one really doubts that. If you doubt it, then football is not meant for you, right? Let's go to, because we shouldn't even talk about comparisons with Erling Haaland. Arsenal has no one you can compare with Erling Haaland. That is it. When we go to the left forward, when you look at the left forwards of Man City and Arsenal, they've not gone ahead to deliver as expected. Doku, Jack Grealish, cancel them out. You know, you can consider them, but there is a player that's going to obviously edge them. Yet we've gone ahead to see to it that he has been played as a left forward and a right forward. When you got Arsenal, Trossard, yeah, good, but not all that convincing to me. Martinelli, he has been blowing hot and cold, and he has not made himself available for this season. And he's really struggling, and I know he's available for this game of football, but he has been really inconsistent. That's why I tell you, I go with Phil Foden into this team because he has been played onto the left forward a lot this season. And it will be a shame for a team not to be having Phil Foden, the best City player, in there for you. So that's my combined 11 as you see it there. David Raya in goal, right. Benjamin White right back. Nathan Aki left back. Central defense, Ruben Diaz and Saliba. Then in the midfield, Declan Rice, Rodri and Odegaard. Phil Foden, Saka and Erling Haaland. That is my combined 11 here onto the Rokani Media Football. Coach, who is the manager? Who is the manager? Who is the manager? Who is the manager? No doubt. Even Arteta came up in the press conference and said Pep Guardiola is the best manager in the world. So for the manager, it doesn't go to Mikel Arteta. I thought he's really having a fantastic season. And if he edges him and takes the trophy, trust me, he would have gone ahead to put up a step to rank him as the best manager in the world. That is Mikel Arteta. So for me, the manager for me is none other than Pep Guardiola. So that's what I had for you here. That is my combined 11. I don't know what your thoughts are about it. Go into the comment section. I know some arguments are going to be raised, but those are my thoughts, and I want for you guys to address your thoughts. It's a 6-5 split. Man City having 5 players. Arsenal walking away with 6 in these starting combined 11. Happy Easter holidays to the Christians. The Muslims, Ramadan Kareem. I'm out.